Do you like it? Yeah. Up everybody out there, and here we go. It's time for this really special Anthony Joshua Facebook Live, supported by Under Armour and hosted by them. I'm Colin Murray. This is more important. The man weighing in at about 6'6", little over 17 stone, and the prettiest boxer, let's face it, of the 21st century. Anthony Joshua, you well?
Yes, sir. How are you?
This has been an experience. This is no interview.
Yeah.
This is no press conference.
Yeah.
This is proper fans. 2,500 already watching. You've just sat down. Say whatever you want. We're going to look at the love. If there's any hate, he's getting your IP address. He'll be round your house after his fight on Saturday night. Loads of people asking the weirdest questions. So you're ready for everything?
I'm ready, man.
Okay.
I'm ready.
And loads about training. And I want to start with training. People ask about loads of questions about how you get ready, just day in, day out, right? So I'm going to ask you a whole load of random questions I've had. How long do you skip for? Why do you skip?
How long do I skip for? Skipping is important. Gets the rhythm, gets your calves and legs going. And I skip for about non-stop about 8 to 10 minutes. You know, just a warm up, then you kind of loosen up the shoulders. So it's just a good activation for the body before boxing.
In your head, when you skip, are you always hearing da 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 da?
I'm thinking, how long have I got till this session's over? Nah, it's tough, but you got to go through it. And then after, I like to skip because it's just that little bit of extra work. When you're sweating, you've done your work, you get back on the rope and you're thinking, yeah, this is just the extra work, conditioning my shoulders and my body and stuff like that. But that Rocky music is not playing in my ears.
Wow, it is in mine when I watch you do. What's the weirdest thing you've done in training?
The weirdest thing I've done in training.
You thought, why am I doing this?
The weirdest thing I've done in training? Probably, what can I say? It's been doing it for so long, I'm not too sure. Maybe getting in the sand or something like that. But then it's only until you get the explanation of why you're doing it, you then start to understand. So, like, shoes, socks off, get in the sand, start dancing around and all this. And I'm thinking, listen, I'm not preparing to play Brazilian beach football anytime soon. So why am I in the sand? Yeah. So then, but what it does, it conditions all the legs and so on. And then you see with certain fighters, there's different textures of the ring. Some are foamy, some are hard. So it just gives you the extra hand.
When you fight Klitschko in April, will you rip the foam out of the ring?
You see, I swear, I went to spar him and I got out there and Andy, you're in the ring sparring with the champ. I was like, all right, cool. Got in there now. The ring was feeling like I was stepping on this. Yeah. But you're not prepared for it. So imagine going into a fight. So you have to prepare for anything that happens in the ring. So yeah, I will be checking the ring for any fun.
It's the first bit of Klitschko I've got out of him. Whole press conference, nothing. You're sitting here with Under Armour, you get this type of stuff. I love it. Take me in. A lot of people are asking about post-training, and as someone who's tried to keep relatively more fit over the last couple of years, you know, I always have that debate all the time, like, how should I be stretching properly after every workout? What is your post-workout routine and the first food you eat?
After I finish the complete training session, so probably a protein shake, EQ nutrition down me. It's good, it's healthy, and then you got a 30-minute block to recover. So, you know, you just got to make sure in that 30-minute block you get something down you. Whether it's food, you don't like the proteins, maybe you prefer food or you prefer a smoothie, but get something in you in the first 30 minutes. And the reason why I take the shake is because it's easy to digest and get into the system.
Do you stretch the arm against the wall?
Do you know what? I don't stretch straight after training because I spend so long warming up, so long training, so long doing all the extra stuff. I stretch actually before I go to bed. So I go on YouTube, type in, you know what I mean? Put my little phone up and I just follow this American lady and just stretch my body because it helps me recover. Yeah.
So just before you go to bed, you follow an American lady and stretch?
Yeah.
A little bit too much information. I think we've had Melina on Saturday. You said you've trained more smart. Give me a little bit more detail that press conference doesn't allow you to give.
Nah, do you know what it is? It's just communication. I've got so much respect for my coach. If he wants me to train all year, I'll train all year. But I've just had to voice myself and be like, Coach, look, I'm feeling a bit tired. I'm feeling like this. And we've built a relationship where we've had an actual plan. We've got a really good team together now because in boxing, you turn pro, believe me, it's not glitz and glamour. You know, I come to you, you're a promoter, you tell me, you know what, you're going to turn pro, Josh. There's your contract. We want you to fight 10 times a year. Who's your trainer? That's your trainer. You probably train in some local gym and that's it. But you forget about the whole structure of how to become a professional outfit because you are running your own empire. And I've managed to bring through some trusted people that I've worked with before and to get everyone to sit down around the table and plan, you know, a 3-month plan of training to help me sitting somewhere in training camp ready for my next session to help you better yourself through camp. And that's what we've done. And that's where it's been a lot smarter. So it hasn't just been about hard work, we want you to run, box, and we don't care if you're tired. You're supposed to feel tired because you're a boxer.
Yeah.
They've strategized when the rest is, the recovery, and it's really helped.
And that's much more smart.
Much more smart, yeah.
You're such a crushing favourite going into this fight at the weekend. It's like this interview here, right? Mm-hmm. It's not hard talk. It's not mastermind. It's not easy temp. But I'm still prepared.
You're still prepared.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you not drop 1%? Because complacency, as we've seen, is what opens you up to that one haymaker, pardon the pun, to that one lucky punch, and that's what he's talking about. He says, "I've got one punch plan, which is whatever." But you know, that's the thing. Only complacency allows that. How do you stay at 100%?
Probably because you know how it is, right? You see 1,000 good things, or you see 1,000 good comments probably on this Facebook page, and that one that sticks out, you probably capture that one, and it's probably the fact of failure, isn't it? No one wants to fail. You don't want to come and have a bad interview. I don't want to come and have a bad interview with you. So no matter how small it is or how big it is, you prepare. And as I said, I've got a good team around me that have structured my 3-month plan in camp that won't let me slip, because if I'm not having to take my nutrition and he's standing there, or having to stretch and my physio standing there, everyone is playing a role to help me become a better fighter. And I remember quickly is that I used to listen to speeches when I used to go to these dinners. You know, when I wanted to be around like these cool people, I used to go to these dinners and they'll be like, first of all, I want to thank God, and then I want to thank my team. And I'll be like, listen, you've done it yourself. You know, what are you thanking your team for? You've done it yourself. But until I've actually got these people and this team with me now, I can really appreciate the effort they put in, so I get it more.
So at the risk of not getting the right hook from you, you've grown up.
How do you mean?
You've grown up. When you get a bit older and you become a full adult, you learn about team, you learn about humility. When you won Olympic gold, you were young and fearless.
20, 21. I'd only been boxing 3 years. Yeah, so now I'm 27 now, and I get it, you know. I've listened, I've soaked it up. It could go in one ear and out the other, but I'm around the same people and they kept on drilling it into me. So
I love it.
It sets now.
Listen, a lot of people ask about what round. I bet Matt Terry to win X Factor. And I want to do a double. The round. And I'm pretty sure Matt Terry is. I know Matt Terry's going to win X Factor. So don't let me down here, right? Because I need the money at the moment.
You got the X on here as well. Do you want like a little block, or do you want an actual round?
That depends how confident you are.
Well, listen.
I want the right answer.
This is boxing, and it's a breaking down job. So that's why in my head I start thinking about round 5 and 7, round 5 to 7. You know, it gives you a little window, you know, and I don't want to start chasing him around the ring throwing haymakers, excuse the pun. If it gets to round 5, I'm trying to knock him out because I'm trying to secure your bet and I'm not going to get anything from it.
Don't think of my bet. Don't say in the interview after, I just lost, I was thinking of his bet, I was thinking of Matt Terry from X Factor.
Every loser's got an excuse, so I'll make you my excuse.
A million questions coming in, right? I want to say hello to loads of people here quickly. Ibrahim, hello to you. Hello to Luca, who's people from all around the world here. Lee, Mario, can you get Mario tickets? No? Just checking. Felicity Perry, just 3 kisses, which I'm assuming 2 for me and 1 for him. Loads coming in. Nick Mason, how you doing, mate? He asked what round. Say hello to Ivan Danchev.
Ivan Danchev, how you doing, mate?
Come on, love it. So thank you so much for all your comments so far. So many people watching at the moment. And do you know what the most common question we've had building up to this on the Under Armour Facebook and Instagram and on your pages? Your fantasy fight, any fighter, alive or dead, that you would in your dream fight against. And
then again, the first thing that pops in mind is probably Holyfield, right?
Right.
You got to look at the man, a phenomenal man. From Philadelphia, one of the roughest places in America, and they called him the real deal, Holyfield. So to have that title, like I ain't even picked up. I'm just Anthony Joshua, AJ right now. So he's come from Philadelphia, a rough place, and they named him the real deal, Holyfield. Tough fighter. Come up from cruiserweight to dominate the heavyweight division, beat the greats, never ducked anyone, been in phenomenal fights. And what I like about his style also is, you know, he's off the line, he's on his toes, he can box and he can scrap on the inside. So you want to watch a good little boxing fight, Riddick Bowe versus Evander Holyfield is a real good boxer fighter fight. So you got Holyfield, you're going to fight him in his pump. Yeah. Who wins the fight? Me and Holyfield. Him and his pump, you're in trouble now, right? No. Now you're in trouble. Right now, because I'm not at that level when he's in his pump, I'm building. Let's not pretend. But the Holyfield's going down in this fantasy fight. I would if give me a year or so. I think I'll give him a good scrap, because I like to vision myself like Riddick Bowe, who is his competitor, and I do try and work on things like Riddick. So Give me a year or so when I keep on practicing, the defence and counter. That's what Holyfield's good at. And I've got a really good sparring partner in Fraser Clark who, when I spar with him, it just reminds me of that type of fight because we box each other, but when we get close, you know, some fighters like to hug each other and we still scrap it out, uppercuts, hooks. And it's like an imitation of these guys. So I definitely think I'd like to fight him because our styles will gel.
I love it. There's a big difference between a fighter who comes through as a pro, he's talented, he gets 6 or 7 fights out of the limelight, then he gets towards 15 and people go, hey, he should take a big fight now. That doesn't happen with Olympic gold medalists. First fight sold out. And that in itself is a curse and a blessing. And the one thing with you, of course, is this, like, when's that fight? When? We now know it's going to be April next year. I suppose the boxer always wants to move on quicker than his team. You know, I'm assuming you're frothing at the mouth. Get Saturday out of the way, and I'm assuming the first thing you do Sunday morning is focus straight on Wembley Stadium. You know, first thing, right?
Now, where's my apple crumble? Where's my sweets?
Right, because a lot of people ask that. What is your one treat you have as soon as the fight's over? Because you must go straight to the most fatty treat you can have.
Apple crumble. Yeah.
Homemade, or what, you just take it from anywhere?
So I was chatting to a chef yesterday about how to make the perfect apple crumble. And the issue that they have, right, is that the crumble needs to be toasted, right? But where they put the crumble on top of the apple, when they put it in the oven, the crumble absorbs the juices from the apple, so it never gets crispy enough. So you have to do it separate, and that's why a homemade crumble, if made right, is always the best.
There's a main reason people tuned into this, and it was to hear this.
To hear my apple crumble story?
I don't listen. You know when you make your crumble. 1/3 oats, Quaker's oats.
So you know this. You know the tricks as well.
That's what gives you the extra crisp on top.
This is what I'm saying.
And you got a bit cinnamon on your apple.
Nah, no cinnamon.
Well, mate, you're not having the right apple crumble. If you want, I'll make you a post-fight apple crumble for every London fight. I'll bring it down like your auntie.
Wheel 'em in.
Bring it down. Wear a nice little dress for you. Right, loads of things coming in here at the moment.
Yeah.
You don't trash talk. We saw that in the press conference today. You try and keep it, as you've said yourself today, you want to bring the respect back to heavyweight boxing. Well, I'm a huge Card Frampton fan. I've followed him around the world, and he does the same. He picks his moment. I mean, do you really have to try not to sometimes lose your cool, or is it just that's your natural demeanour?
I think everyone's got a limit, right? Everyone's got a limit, and no one really pushes me that far unless we're in the ring and someone's throwing punches at me. But yeah, man, you can only be yourself. Trust me, I could be a hot-headed guy, and you'll probably see that because you're in the hot seat. But me, just as my personality gets like expressed to everyone, I'm just chilled. Verbally speaking doesn't win you a fight. You express yourself and you just talk about how your camp's gone and what you think you're going to do with him, and then you go and express yourself in the fight. I don't need to do all the extra stuff right now. You know, I see both ends of it. People say, I want you to be more entertaining. Then I watch the entertaining people who do it and start pushing people, and they say, what a prick, he's crazy and stuff like that. So, do you know what I mean? You've got to do what suits you, and because it's only you that deals with it at the end of the day. So for me, chill out, handle business, get in there, fight, and then we move on. So
from that point of view, with that level head,
a
lot of fighters just say, well, I never contemplate losing, I'm never going to lose my O, all that stuff. And for very most fighters, that's not the case. So do you accept the possibility of losing? Do you fear losing? Do you refuse to think about it?
I accept the possibility because it's reality. You read so many stories of people that inspire you, and you see them for where they are because they've inspired you, but then until you read how they got there, you start realising that, my God, it was tough. He went through some failures and bounced back. So what's to say that my journey will be completely opposite from the thousands of people who I've looked at and seen that it was tough? So that helps me keep my feet on the ground. But if I can learn anything from them, I'm going to prepare the best way possible to try and dodge these hiccups in the road, you know, and that's why I can't take my foot off the gas. And it's not only in the gym, it's how you live outside. Because everyone's a boxer in the gym. As soon as you step out them doors, you got to question how people are living. So you got to kind of live the life. And I think due to that, I do accept the fact that it can happen. But as I said, I try and minimalise any mistakes that can happen of losing down the future.
Let's do some questions. Some are very straightforward. Luke says, who's your idol of all-time sports people, not just boxing?
All-time idol? I don't know. I like Cristiano Ronaldo. You've seen his development. He's a beast, and he's living a life, man. And he's a good father, and he's handling business. So from what he's portrayed as, I like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. Would you win a fight? I don't know. You're 27.
27 now. Yeah.
What was your first Rocky movie?
My first Rocky? I don't even know. I can't even remember. Probably the one where he shouts Adrian. That's the one everyone remembers.
Oh, so you've done the box set.
Yeah.
You know Ivan Drago from Rocky 4? So he's on everything. He's got the machines and all that. You remember Rocky does him? He's like, "We the bed."
Yeah.
Would you beat him? And if so, can't believe I'm asking this, but it did come in, and it's not an interview, so we got to make sure. How would you beat him? Would you beat him? And do you think you'd be able to beat him?
I probably wouldn't. That guy was a machine, man. He trained like a Trojan. Yeah, like, you know, he was ahead of his time. Right. So imagine him now in 2016 with all that equipment he'll have. So that was like back then, and he was ahead of his time.
So you're dodging him. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm dodging Ivan Drago.
I love it. Would you fight? This is great from Thomas. Would you fight McGregor? No, he's gonna box.
Nah. I'm not getting involved in that malarkey. I'm not getting
1 minute. You told 1 minute left.
Let's have another 5.
Yeah, baby. Yes, sit down. 5 minutes. I love it. So you wouldn't like? Do you think? Well, where is it? Because I want to have a competition with you, if we go. Yeah. It is a strange thing, isn't it? Because now we're all going to be banned for Mayweather against McGregor. That's going to be the thing. But it's a bit of a money gimmicky. I don't know. But it's boxing, MMA's MMA.
Well, it's a martial art, right?
Yeah.
And you get like, let's say in the martial arts of China, you get like, what's it, Kung Fu, Taekwondo, and whatever. Mm-hmm. They may come together and test their arts out and see who has the best art. So Conor McGregor, it's good. And it is a publicity thing as well. So they're capturing the world's attention. So if it happens, mate, I'll be tuning in. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's one of those ones.
It's one of them ones you can't deny that you're tuning in. So yeah, it's good. It's definitely good.
It was like Mayweather, Pacquiao when they fought, and everyone was like, "Well, this is too late. He should have fought in 5 years ago."
Everyone tuned in.
Have you bought it? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I've got people coming around my house.
My point is,
we're having espresso martinis. Bring it on.
My point is,
Right. We're doing this in a year from now, right? So we've just sat this. This is how I have a couple of things left, and what you get away, some loads to do. We sit here in a year from now. What do you want me to be saying?
How much did that mink jacket cost you, Josh?
Oh, you're not going to change, are you?
Yeah, I'll be changed. Different man. No,
Third person and all. Anthony
this whole thing filled with sponsors. Nah. Well, look, just like, you know what? It was good chatting to you last year. You stayed on your grind. You know, I love what you're doing in the world of boxing, and especially outside, because I want to try and, you know, give something back to the community. And just, you know what? I'm rooting for you and keep on doing what you're doing. Simple as that. Nothing major, nothing much changing, because right now, the main thing is to be happy. And if you take everything away from me, I can say I'm happy. So that's all that matters.
And how important is that with the connection with these thousands of people? I did a poll on a radio show I was doing, and it was like, not who you think is the best fighter. And this was ages ago as well, 2 years ago. Not the best British heavyweight, but your favourite. And you actually get 78% of 1,000 of votes.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Is it?
Right? And we were like,
I'm still...
Yeah.
I ain't done...
Is that really important to you, to be a semi-role model, a semi-sports star, someone who is attainable and...
Yeah. Winning's important. Winning's important. But there'll be another heavyweight that comes along that'll be winning. So it's about like how respect is just as important as well. So as I said, the respect, you know, connecting with people. After boxing, I might go in and be a trainer and help the youth come through, because I know how it helped me. So yeah, man. As I said, as long as I'm happy, people are happy with what I'm doing. I think I'm ticking all the boxes. You up for a bit of fun before we finish? A little competition, because it's not an interview. You against me. Yes. You up for that? Can we do a stir-off first? A stir-off. I just want to know what it feels like. Are you in the zone? Like, could you? Come on, we got a press conference. And can you put the head into me a little bit? I just want to feel what it's like to have a. I don't deal with that. I don't deal with that. No. Okay, we're doing that. I just want to see how it feels. That's enough. Yeah, okay, sit down there. Yeah, fantastic. Right. Yes. There's only one thing I can beat you at. I've thought about this for ages. Yeah. I have never been beaten in my life at this. Yeah. I challenge you. It's starting now, isn't it? It's physical stuff. And Josh, you too. This chair. A thumb war. Let's get it on. Ready? Do you know to do the 1, 2, 3, 4 Ida Clare thumb war? Yeah. How long are your nails? He's already digging in. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4 Ida Clare thumb war. Here we go. It's the IBF World Champion here against the Belfast Bottler. Oh, you got him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 thumbs. Come on! I told you, unbelievable. Listen, this is the man. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you to Under Armour as well for hosting us. Thank you to everyone that tuned in as well. Thank you, loser. Thank you. All good.